Hi everybody, Jeannie from Don't Trade Years.
And I'm Desmond.
So we thought we would sit down and talk to you guys about our upcoming plans and what we've been doing and what's worked and hasn't worked.
Yeah, we've been traveling the last couple of years, but it all started when I retired in July of 2016, and we took a long summer trip.
Yeah, we did. We went for 3
Yeah.
weeks to the Grand Tetons Glacier and Yellowstone, and we kind of got the bug for
In a
national
Mini
parks.
Cooper. In a Mini Cooper.
With a backpacking tent. And we've always loved the outdoors. We honeymooned in Yosemite 32 years ago. So we decided that we were going to do that when we retired. At that point, Desmond had just retired. I was still teaching, so I had my summers. I was too young to retire, and we had boys in college.
Yeah.
So Desmond took another job.
Yeah, I took a job with a friend of mine in a company locally, and
we kept
worked
working.
pretty much full time.
So when Desmond was working full time and I was working full time, after a couple years of that, after he retired, we kind of thought, wow, maybe we should take a year off to travel.
Yeah.
So we started saving everything we could because we were still putting our boys through college.
Yeah.
And I asked for a leave and it was granted. I was told I could have my same job back. I could take a year off,
Yeah.
they would hold my position, and then I could come back to teaching.
And I took, I asked my employer to try remote work. So I set up an agreement with them that allowed me to work, I was working part-time, but still on the road, checking in, doing my job.
Right, so Desmond was working part-time, I was not working. We quickly found that traveling in an RV was much more affordable. It seems like we spend less money.
Oh yeah.
When we're on the road, when we're home and with our friends. We love our friends, but you go out more, it seems like you spend more money. We did that for the year and then we came back and it was time for me to let work know what my plan was.
Yeah.
And so I tried for another year. I knew they weren't going to give it to me. So with a lot of talking and discussion, we decided that, hey, I'm going to resign. And Desmond also decided he wasn't going to work.
Yeah, I just talked to my employer, and as much as I really loved the work they did, check them out, Greenway Partners.
Yeah, great company.
In Arcata. I just decided that I wanted the time to spend with Jeannie and family and travel.
And we decided when we were really young, when we first started our careers, I was 23 when I started teaching, that we really wanted to retire in our 50s. My parents retired at 50 and 55. And my dad, that's one of the things I love the most about him, is he sat me down and kind of explained that, money saved when you're young.
The magic of compound interest.
The magic of compound interest. And not that we put a lot of money away. I mean, we hardly put anything in the beginning, but every time we got a raise, we just increased that amount. And it's letting us travel. And to be honest, we've kept our house the last 2 years, and it's expensive to keep a house operating, even when you're out there with insurance and
yes, it is.
taxes and utilities. So we have decided to sell our house and just do this full time for a while.
Full time. Yeah, we spent about 2 years, starting in August of 2018. We spent a couple years traveling around with travel trailers. We started with a little fiberglass.
Loved it.
I loved the fiberglass. Moved to a bigger trailer, and but we found, the whole time when we first started thinking about traveling, that we were really fascinated by the idea of having
a Sprinter van.
But we couldn't afford one of the factory built. They're beautiful.
The Pleasureway, the Airstream. We looked at them all.
Yeah, but we weren't going to spend that kind of money. Even for a used, they just were way too expensive for us.
And we didn't like the finishes.
Yeah, so we ended up doing travel trailer.
Mm-hmm. And sold the first travel trailer.
Sold the first one, made a little money, used it for a year, made some money, bought another one. But the challenge of a travel trailer is that you have to tow something everywhere, and it works for a lot of people. And we don't begrudge anyone. If you want to travel in your car, we've done it. If you want to travel with a big trailer,
whatever gets you going. It's such a personal decision.
Yeah.
The Grand Design trailer we had, the second one, oh my God, when it was parked, it was like having a house with us with the super slide out and the bathroom, amazing.
Yeah.
But that all comes at a cost. And
if you want to pull into a gas station, pulling a house, it begins to turn into a challenge.
Farmer stands on the side of the road when you're driving out in the rural parts of the country, and it's like, oh my gosh, look, fresh produce, but we can't go because we have 53 feet.
Yeah, the coast of Big Sur, you come around a corner and there's a beautiful vista. You cannot stop if you're pulling a big travel trailer. And that was a big drawback to us.
Yeah, we're giving up a bathroom. We'll have a toilet and we'll have a shower. It'll be an outdoor shower. That's what we had with the first trailer. And that works for us. Doesn't work for everybody. You have to go and do it and try it out and figure out what works. So
yeah, there's a million ways to do it, and they're all good as long as people are happy with it.
Yeah, whatever you want to do to make you get out there and explore.
So we looked at all the different types of van builds out there, and we decided after watching many hours of YouTube that all the people who were building their vans, we could do it too. So
it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be close.
It's going to be darn close to perfect.
The window coverings I made yesterday aren't so perfect, but they're going to work.
Yeah. So we went. We looked at the Mercedes used, too pricey for us.
And maintenance was a big issue.
Maintenance.
The maintenance was the biggest issue. We talk to people because we meet people everywhere we go, and if you break down somewhere in the country and there's not a Mercedes dealer or somebody who can work on Mercedes, you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, and that was a big issue for us. I also wasn't really a fan of diesel for a number of reasons. So we looked then at the Dodge ProMaster and the Ford Transit. The ProMaster, as much as I like it, I like the front wheel drive. I like the shape. There's a lot about it I like. But when you step into a ProMaster through the sliding door into what would be the van living space, you actually have to step up into the driving cab area. It's elevated by maybe 3 inches. Someone will know exactly. But it's a step up, and that puts my height when I'm driving way too high. I feel like I have to bend down or lean down to see out the windshield.
You were literally looking at the edge with a visor. I mean, your eyes were cut off by the headliner coming down because your seated height is so tall.
Yeah, so we looked at that, and then we looked at the transits, and we looked at the short transit and the long transit, and settled on an extended
that was we really thought we wanted
transit.
The short. And after doing a lot of research and looking at it, we thought, the extended, it's not going to limit us that much for the kind of camping we do. We do a lot of BLM land and
Forest Service
wild camping. And if you drive slow, it's going to be fine.
We literally taped off the interior space of a Ford Transit with the short body and the extended body so we could kind of figure out what would work for us. Another plus to the Fords, we talked to a couple from Germany, and we were considering at some point shipping our van across the Atlantic and then traveling around Europe. And the Ford Transit is incredibly common in Europe, used as a delivery vehicle. So there's a lot of places where you can get maintenance done.
Desmond's brother shipped a car to Italy. His wife is Italian, and they have a second home in Italy. That was Domenica's family, and he shipped a Honda Accord or Civic over years ago, and it was like $800, and that gave us the idea. So Desmond actually called a freighter company in the Carolinas and found out what they would charge.
$1,500 from Charleston, South Carolina to Southampton, England.
Yeah, and we've seen so many people from Europe, like a lot of people from Germany who have shipped their vehicles over and are touring our national parks. So that's what gave us the idea. So once all the COVID and all the regulations are lifted, we really want to do that in the next year or two.
Yeah. So we are basically starting out on Vanlife.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're so excited.
It's exciting. We've had the van now for a couple months, but we're going to start putting out our videos, and we're documenting everything from the test drives that we did, and we literally took it and practiced parking in areas, all the way through removing the interior, putting in insulation and the floor, cutting in windows.
The first step.
Yeah, so we're going to have our van build series will come out step by step, week by week.
Yeah,
and show you the mistakes we made and the things that we did well.
And where we get our ideas. I love the van life community. I love, is it do-it-yourself van on Facebook?
Yeah, DIY,
that
van
form
conversion.
Is awesome. I love Instagram. I love looking at people's vans. Pinterest, oh my gosh. I look at so many places. The other day, Two Wandering Souls. I loved that the back of their van was finished. I sent them a private message, and within 24 hours, I had the answer. They were so sweet. And so we love that. And what's Van Saga?
Van Saga.
Their roof, they
ceiling.
The ceiling, sorry, not the roof. They just started putting up their build And they're great.
Yeah.
There's so many people we love
Yeah.
watching. So
A lot of our van build is based on or copying or
Oh,
inspired
yeah.
by Far Out Ride. Our awesome engineers from Montreal, we love you.
yeah, we're gonna do it
and,
with that. Yeah,
Yeah, so we're really relying heavily on them, and you
And-
should check out their blog, Far Out Ride.
yeah, they're great. And friends.
Fantastic.
Desmond has a friend that he had at Greenway who was an engineer, and he was over for dinner the other night with his family. And of course, me, I will ask for help wherever I can find it. I was like, hey,
Yeah.
Nate, what kind of engineer are you?
Yeah.
And he says, why? Do you want some help with some electrical and solar? I said, yeah. And then his wife said, well, he did our whole house in solar. I'm like, great. He goes, yeah, I know how to do that, and I have all the
Yeah.
tools, and I'd love to help Desmond.
Yeah.
So we were thrilled. Now we have someone to help us with that
Yeah.
because that's not something we're familiar with.
Yeah, our flooring was installed by our
Yeah,
friend Joe at
Joey.
Joe's Floor Coverings. He's got his own business, did a beautiful job. So we'll document everything, everything from window coverings to installing windows.
Yeah.
And
Everything.
we'll keep you posted.
So if you want to follow, just hit that
Yep.
subscribe button and follow along.
Yeah, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification,
Yep.
and give us a thumbs up. That's going to help us. And share, and we will be putting out videos every week
And
on every phase of the build process, from
Yeah.
test drive to driving away on our adventure.
And if you're building a van currently, please comment so
Yeah.
we know, because we love to follow and watch other people.
Yep.
As a teacher, teachers share and borrow ideas all the
Yeah.
time. And
Yeah.
there's so many good people out there. I'm convinced the world is really pretty awesome. On this last 2 years of traveling, we've met so many wonderful people.
Yeah, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned. First episode is going to be the test drive.
Yay.
And off we go on our van life adventure.
Yep, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it to
Yeah.
be done. We think maybe
I know.
another month.
Yeah,
We're
it's
hoping.
mid-June, so we're doing our best.
Yeah, hopefully by
But,
August 1st we'll be on the road.
But we will keep you posted, and thanks for watching, and thanks for joining us.
Take care.
Bye.